Hey YouTube, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi again, back again. News and views on the news. Okay, I only put two names up here because people are pretty much familiar with the one in the middle, Lupita Nyong'o. All right, again, I kept trying to tell y'all this. The Black Panther movie was a blatant attack on black manhood in a way that the black woman had the black American woman was seen to really have no respectability. All right. So they went and got people that are not the descendants of slaves again to replace. All right. So for all of you people in the United States that are descendant of slaves and sharecroppers, all right, and that developed the culture, this is who you're going to be replaced with. They're going to bring them over here to get rid of the injustice that they have wrought on us. Oh, and let's not get it twisted. They do not like or have respect for the Afro-Americans. Neither of these women do. You got Issa Rae, that's in the red, white, and blue, and Danai Gurira. All right. And we're going to start off with a statement from her. And Lupita Nyong'o, we're going to deal with some of the stuff that she's saying. But I've been saying that there has been an agenda. Remember, this is not a movie that is representative of us, the people that are descendant of the people that were treated so harshly and evil in the United States. So much so that it is a war crime. It is a crime against humanity what Caucasians did to us. And they should pay for it. But instead of paying for it, they won't. They'll cover it up with other people that look like us, is because they got a bunch of fools to run out to the movie theater and dress up like they were from the continent, and like people from the continent actually love us, and they don't. In general, you have a few people that cut for us. You have everybody from every continent taking our style, our hip hop, dance, everything. But at the end of the day, they, especially the women of the continent of Africa, remember it's a continent, do not like us. After doing some research, and another brother point this out, that there were hardly any Afro-Americans in this movie. Let me repeat that. There were hardly any Afro-Americans in this movie. So at no point at all could you call this a quote-unquote black movie. Because when you use the term black, you are referring to people that are the descendants of slaves. What they shoved down your throats was a bunch of people from Africa, which was the majority of the people. They gave us the leading actor, all right, and they gave you a few crumbs. But remember, this movie was produced by Disney, written by Marvel, who is owned by Disney. So this is the Disney agenda. Utterly destroy the Afro-Americans because they understand, one, we are the children of the Most High, and two, they owe us for all the evil they have wrought on us as well as our ancestors. See, because it didn't stop with the ancestors. Then it went to Jim Crow. All right, and every step of the way they have made laws to disenfranchise the Afro-Indigenous people, the Nietzsche of this land, from even being human or being treated like a people. Understand this. So, let's get into this, but first let me greet everybody. Havart and Hardu Gudag Ola Oi to the Bang versus Los Bonja Mizumi Kedu Bawani Konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama Sani Bonani Jumbo Havari Gani Assalamu alaikum and Shalom. Alright, let's break this down. So before I get into it, let me remind you to get them thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. I want to see how much y'all know about this. Comment, donate, and my PayPal me link will be in the description box. Okay? My PayPal me will be in the description box. Now, let me make y'all aware of some stuff. Alright? We're going to start off with the main comment by Daniel Gurira, and then we'll talk about it. She actually said this out loud. And remember I said you got two types of BAWs, the ones in America and the ones in Africa. They still got the A there. This counts them too. And she is definitely one. Alright. And this is them when they get stuck up and get a little fame. Now they think they're above everybody else. Just like the normal BAW. Alright, so pay attention.
What is this representation of women always need to be saved by men? And, you know, what is that about? That's gatekeepers deciding that that's what we need to see. And it's time to change that. Please. What is this representation of women always need to be saved by men? And, you know, what is that about? That's gatekeepers deciding that that's what we need to see. And it's time to change that. Please.
Here's the problem with her. Herein lies the problem with this woman. That the gatekeepers are the protectors. If she don't want men around, then these women can start producing and making movies by their dang self. No men, they need to start making, producing, do all the movies by their dang self, and then see how many women even will watch. See, these women love getting famous off of the work of men. They love that they got a little bit of fame, but let's keep it real. The reason why they got fame, they got a little bit of fame, because this movie here was basically written about a black comic book superhero.
That's what we need to see.
Do you know why they don't do a movie about a solo movie about Storm? Because a bunch of people wouldn't go to watch it. Even though she is the favorite character of a lot of people. But it's just that a bunch of people wouldn't go to watch it. Because they're tired of everything that promote women like this. How about when somebody's breaking into your house, alright, and you're tired of the gatekeepers, you have no gatekeeper. See how well that goes. Alright, how about this? Brothers, I think we are all tired, so this is the message. They don't need us, they don't want us, so when somebody is whooping that behind in public, and these women crying, why didn't you men step up? You got this comment to look to. Why you stepped up to protect us? No, y'all don't need it. Because y'all making money off of the backs of the ideas of men. Alright? And the women are saying that they do not need our protection anymore. So as this world declines into chaos more and more, let's let them understand that they do not need our protection anymore. They don't need gatekeepers. That's why these children are growing up so effed up. Because these women don't believe that the children need a gatekeeper. They think that they can be gatekeepers because they acted in a movie. This is how sorry that is. Now, did you see the look on her face at the end? I wanted to freeze it there so that you can understand that there is very little difference between the BAW in Africa and the ones in the United States. All right, they just went to acting school. Now, I want y'all to understand this. Why you brothers are running out, oh man, that was a good movie. I give Kugler his due. But remember, he is the puppet still of Disney. They was under full and total control of everything that was done. There was nothing he was able to do without their okay. And when they wrote and created it and gave him his thing, he had the mission. And that mission was to promote this particular agenda. Oh, and there is one other very, very, very important agenda for them to promote. And again, when you want to destroy a people, when you want to destroy a community, and this is a destruction of all, because now it's an African woman that the African women, meaning the women in the continent of Africa, there's a bunch of them because they represent, they think as a continent. Remember, women think as a gang. So if one is wrong, they all going to be wrong together. Understand this. So if you can get one to be in two popular movies written and produced, well, maybe not produced, written and directed by men, then you could get her to say something very, very special. You have the means to corrupt a people for a long time. And you have the means to destroy the Afro-Indigenous people in the United States. Remember, the women in the United States, the BAW, because they're not our women. If they were our women, they would not have destroyed us in the way that they did. They have killed 1/4 of the population through abortion since '73. Over 21,500,000 as of 2015. We are now being replaced by people from the African continent. Why? Because the government and the Caucasians here understand that they should pay for what they did to us as far as slavery, Jim Crow, everything all the way up to 1964. Wait a minute, then it wouldn't stop there, because then they start assassinating the leaders and everything. So everything all that they have done from the inception of this country up to this present day, they understand that we were indigenous to this land before they got here. And because we were nice to them, they stabbed us in our back. Well, they need to try to get rid of the evidence. And so long as there's one of us remaining, there is evidence to the evil that they did to a group of people in a way that has never been done to people that are still living. They have successfully wiped out whole civilizations, killed them off. Look in Australia. They're successfully blending out other civilizations that they did evil to. Do you know who's the most difficult ones? Us, because for some reason, the Most High's Yehuda ended up to be strong, and that's because we had a strong male backbone. Well, they replaced that with the female also in the 70s. So we've been betrayed to the nth. Oh, but it's not done yet. It's not done yet. Now, let's hear what Lupita Nyong'o had to say. In other words, and you got to pay attention to a lot of her statements, because she don't like the Afro-Americans, the ones that let her make the casting call. All right. The ones for which she got this career she now has. Period. These women owe their allegiance to the Anglos of Hollywood that put them in position, and they will do their bidding to make sure that us, the Afro-Indigenous people of this land, is going to be further destroyed by putting out the message that the Anglos want put out. Now listen to Lupita.
It was such a breath of fresh air, to see men and women occupying just living in their power without one dwarfing the other.
Okay, so the men no longer dwarf the women, that they want these so-called BAWs. They want what they want. They want to believe that they, outside of movie acting, that they are just as strong as men, just as powerful in battle as men. That has never worked well. People like to mention the Amazons of Africa without understanding that they became who they were because the French came in and destroyed all their men in the battle and through germ warfare, leaving the women. The women got revenge on them because they used sexuality. In other words, they didn't fight the French hand to hand. They became fierce warriors and killed them off through sexual favors and killed them off in their sleep till they finally outnumbered them. And then when they outnumbered them, then they were able to fight them not hand to hand, but as a group. Of course, they were decimated by stronger African nations. That's why you only hear about them briefly. And the other thing is, because it wasn't men, understand that the culture does not exist anymore. The culture of all women never exists because it's an impossibility. One, they can't have any children. Two, they're not going to force men to mate with them so that those men and then kill them off. Because then the tribe of those men will come and kill those women off. So that never works. Only in movies. Lost on them.
And to me, it was just like reflective of the fact that sexism is learned at the end of the day, and everything that comes with it, It was such a breath of fresh air, to see men and women occupying just living in their power without one dwarfing the other. And to me, it was just like reflective of the fact that sexism is learned at the end of the day, and everything that comes with it,
You hear that, BS? Sexism is learned, and everything that comes with it. So, she should never act in another movie that requires a woman. No love scenes, no nothing. Any movie that requires a woman, she should never act in. Anybody that agrees with them should never ever take a position that requires a woman, because after all, that's sexism. And it's learned. She learned to somehow mold herself to have 2 X chromosomes that allow her to create. She learned that. She learned to create the look that she has that we call female. And she said, I learned to create my maleism. It's learned. I wasn't born this way. All right, see how stupid this is? All right, she's had training. She's had a little training. All right, put us in a ring. All right, let's see with the little bit of training she had, if she could match somebody else with a little bit of training. Here's the thing. There's a reason that female boxers, well, one tried it, and she tried to fight a nobody. She was a big champion female black boxer, and she thought she could beat a man till that man hit her one time. She said, and he's a boxer. All right, she's movie trained. All right, let's put her in the ring with a man. See how that go. One of them other trained movie men. Let's see how that go. No holds barred. She'll be crying sexism then, but I'm a woman. That's how they do. Because for them, it's learned. For us, we see as bull. And they're full of it. I would say that Angela Bassett had this look in her face that she was watching this woman do this when she made that claim. She was like, you young fool, I'm old school. Did you see the look on Angela Bassett's face when she mentioned that? And Angela Bassett had that look that said that Lupita Nyong'o must think she's one of these kind of women with that sexism is learned comment. Get that BS out of here. All right? But that's the number one comment. That's what Disney wants to take away. They wanted those women to be popular, to push. There's no difference between men and women. And that if you think there is, then you're sexist. And you need to be retaught that a woman that is as weak as Lupita Nyong'o, with a little bit of movie training, could beat any man. Say, let's grab somebody, Floyd Mayweather, a trained boxer. All right, that's the agenda. It's an agenda that the BAW in America couldn't promote. Is because she is seen as so stank that it's ridiculous. So they're replacing the BAWs in America with the BAW of Africa. All right, you can control them a little better. They have a little more dignity, but they're still the same old puppets. All right, they tired of the BAWs in America. So y'all better get a clue and understand. They're trying to wipe out the Afro-Indigenous people first, and then they'll get the rest of the people that help them do it later. Only they won't see it coming the way we see ours coming. Y'all understand? So I told you there was a message, and I kept telling you that that movie was meant as a distraction and to destroy us. All right? And so the thing is, what do you want? What do you think? And how are you going to deal with it? Because they are going to use the people from the continent to replace the black people in Hollywood. The black actors are going to be replaced by the African actors. Only the African actors are going to be playing roles that are based on our experience. All right? Like Get Out. Samuel L. Jackson had a point. He wondered what a black actor that is a native of the United States that's lived that thing would have been able to do with it versus the British actor who did not live that life. Interesting, huh? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and get them thumbs up. All right? I'm out.